As more consumers flock to crossovers more than they ever did, it's a bit of an understatement to say that the Enclave is highly vital for Buick. Not seeing a full redesign in nearly 8 years, for 2018 the Enclave finally gets a much needed makeover, and you'll find enhancements to be made on nearly every aspect of the vehicle. So let's go ahead and check out and take a closer look at this 2018 Buick Enclave. As a long wheelbase model of General Motors' C1XX platform replacing the decade-old Lambada platform, the Buick Enclave is a fairly large vehicle measuring at 204.3 inches in length and 78.8 inches in width. The vehicle takes on traditional Buick styling characteristics while putting a twist to it with familiar character lines and details borrowed from the Avenir concept that debuted not too long ago. Speaking of the Avenir, the Enclave is the first vehicle for Buick to debut the new Avenir trim line, which you'll find to be very similar to GMC's Denali trim line. Our trim of the Enclave we have here is the premium model, which comes pretty loaded with a full-on leather interior, and you also do have the dual skyscape sunroof as well as the 3.6 liter V6. Here is the key fob for the vehicle. You have your unlock, your lock to release your tailgate, as well as your remote engine start. And your panic alarm. Our exterior color of the Enclave is known as the White Frost Tricoat, and you also do have chrome accenting around the door handles and smart key access on all 4 doors of the vehicle. And our interior color combination is the shale with ebony accents. Beautiful looking seats here, and they are perforated as well. You'll also find your power adjustable driver's seat with power recline and power lumbar. All right, stepping on it inside of the Enclave here, this is a vast improvement over the last generation. Nice styling details such as wood grain and chrome accenting on the dashboard certainly make this a very tastefully done interior. And you'll find many styling cues for the interior design borrowed from the LaCrosse as well as the new upcoming Regal. You have push button ignition, just put your foot on the brake and hit the button to start, of course. And what you're hearing there is a 3.6 liter V6. You have a full leather wrapped steering wheel. Coming to your transmission, 9-speed automatic transmission here. And when you put the vehicle into reverse, this of course will display your rear view monitor with guidance signs as well as trajectory. You just go push for park, easy as that. And you also do have manual shiftability via the paddle shifters here. Let's go ahead and turn on the headlights as well as the hazards. Let's go ahead and check out the exterior of the Enclave. Automatic driver's side window. Pop up the heated exterior side mirrors with LED side turn signal indicators, and you also do have blind spot detection. And we also do get these beautiful looking 20-inch polished aluminum wheels. Coming up front, you'll find LED headlights for the low and the high beams, as well as LED wraparound daytime running lights here. And you also do have front parking sensors, as well as LED accents down below. Powering the Enclave is General Motors' very familiar 3.6 liter V6, and it does come equipped with variable valve timing. And you'll find that horsepower ratings have been increased over last year's model. You're looking at a pretty healthy 302 horsepower at 6,800 RPM and 260 pound-feet of torque at 2,800 RPM, with EPA fuel efficiency numbers being a pretty good 17 in the city and 25 on the highway. And you can get all-wheel drive or front-wheel drive with the Enclave here. Competitors of the Enclave, you're looking at vehicles in the premium 3-row crossover class. This includes the likes of the Volvo XC90, Acura MDX, as well as the Infiniti QX60. Pricing of the new Enclave starts at the base model, which starts at $39,995. Moving on up to the Essence, you're looking at $44,215. The Premium, like how we have here, $48,015. And then the top of the line, new Avenir trim, $53,415. And of course, like I said earlier, you can opt for front wheel drive or all wheel drive with this vehicle. The styling of the Enclave is certainly more curvaceous and aerodynamic this time around. And you also do have roof rails on the top, and coming to the rear of the vehicle, you'll find LED taillights with LED turn signal indicators and rear reflectors, as well as rear parking sensors and dual exhaust tubes. EPA estimates, like I mentioned earlier, you're looking at 17 in the city and 25 on the highway. Total vehicle price for our particular model, $56,030. And also, the final assembly point for this vehicle is in Lansing, Michigan. Of course, all of your basic power necessities, including your power windows, mirrors, and your door locks located right here, and memory seat settings for 2 people. Just like with the design of the interior of the Enclave, you'll find the quality of the materials to feature a significant improvement as well. And plenty of soft touch materials in all of the necessary places, like on the upper door panels where you might rest your elbows, and on the armrests, as well as the mid door panel, and on top of the dashboard too. And overall, this is a very accommodating interior, very luxurious, and certainly definitely pretty opulent. And coming to the steering wheel design, you'll find this steering wheel to be featured on other Buicks as well. It's a very familiar design, and you'll find your buttons for your Bluetooth phone controls, voice recognition, heated steering wheel, as well as your pre-collision system, your frontal. There's nothing really too remarkable about the steering wheel design in the Enclave here. However, you will find chrome accenting around the buttons, which certainly help out a lot, but it's just a little plain Jane looking. Over on the left side here, however, you will find your voice recognition, Bluetooth phone controls, as well as your heated steering wheel and your forward collision alert too. And on the right side of the steering wheel, you'll find your buttons for your 4.2-inch screen up there, as well as your steering wheel mounted audio controls. The steering wheel also does power tilt and telescope with a pretty good range of adjustment here. You also do have your intermittent windshield wipers as well. And then coming up here, automatic dimming rearview mirror, OnStar with SOS Safety Connect, LED map lighting, and your garage home link sunglass container. And then you also do have a slide and tilt feature for your sunroof. Similar to its predecessor, you'll find that the seats in the Enclave are fairly plush, soft, and comfortable enough for long road trips, and thigh support is sufficient too. And visibility of the vehicle is pretty good, especially on the front windows. That's aided by the front quarter window here. And then seeing out the windshield is pretty easy too. Getting to the rearward visibility, it's not too bad back there. And there's a decent amount of glass area behind the C-pillar. Plenty of space down here to store small items, and then you also do have dual zone automatic climate control with your adjustable temperatures. However, the buttons are a little on the smaller side, which can be a problem for some people. And you also do have heated and ventilated front seats, your adjustable fan speed levels, and your front window defroster and rear window defroster. And you can also bring up your climate function from the touchscreen too, just by pressing on that shortcut button. Coming to your center console, you do have a removable tray, and there's a decent amount of space down there. And the center console lid is also soft touch as well. Coming to the main head unit and infotainment system, you'll find an 8-inch color touchscreen display, and this is the Buick IntelliLink system. We've seen this many times here before. And it does feature 4G LTE Wi-Fi through OnStar, and you have your exterior temperature readout in your upper left-hand corner, and your digital clock in the upper right-hand corner. And your different audio sources do include all of the norm, including AM, FM, XM satellite radio, as well as external media devices, your USB port with iPod integration, auxiliary input, and Bluetooth streaming audio. You also do have a direct tune feature for your radio, which is very convenient if you don't want to tune through all the different radio stations. Coming back to the home screen, you have your phone, which you can hook up your Bluetooth phone. You have an integrated dial pad and view recent calls, and you can hook up all of your contacts onto here, and you can store up to multiple Bluetooth devices. And we have your projection feature for your Android Auto as well as your Apple CarPlay. And then your navigation system, which you can enter in your destination by voice. You have 3D rendering of buildings as well, and you can zoom in and out, of course, or you could do it like this. And it does feature live traffic and all that good stuff. And then your settings, which there's many different settings that you could change from the Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, voice, display, like you can adjust the contrast as well as the brightness. Your teen driver feature, which you can monitor the driving habits of your teenager, which is pretty cool. And then time and date, and then you could turn your rear seat reminder on or off if you would like. Climate settings, like I said, you can also control from here. And then your weather, you have your hourly forecast or your 5-day forecast, and you could change the location if you would like. And then your SMS text messaging function through your smartphone, as well as the OnStar and your rear climate controls, as well as live traffic. It gives you an incident list in your nearby local area, and then shop, where you can download apps onto the system. But it's a fairly intuitive and easy to use infotainment system, and it's definitely one of the best in the business. But it's starting to show its age when it comes to its graphics and the quality of it. On the left side here, you'll find your traction control off button, as well as your button to activate your all-wheel drive system on, and then your tow and haul mode as well. On the right side, we have your parking sensors, as well as your lane keep assist too. Coming to the instrumentation and gauge cluster, on the left side you'll find your tachometer as well as your automatic start-stop system. It shows you if that's activated or not. And on the top you'll find your coolant temperature as well as your fuel gauge, and on the right side your speedometer. And in the center you have a 4.2-inch display that's controlled by the buttons on the steering wheel. Shows you basic vehicle information such as your battery voltage, transmission fluid, temperature, as well as your digital speedometer with road sign information. And then your trip information as well, and fuel information, fuel range, remaining oil life percentage, your tire pressure monitoring system, which features a tire fill alert system, which will give you an audible warning when you filled it to the correct PSI. And then your fuel economy from the last 50 miles, and then your start-stop timer, which you can start at any time you like. And then over here you have your audio, which you can change your audio source from here, and then your phone, as well as your navigation, which will show you turn-by-turn directions, and then options, like you could change the units from the US to the metric system, and info pages, where you can display what you want on the little screen here. And then your speed warning, you can enable that if you would like and set a speed. Pretty cool. Interior quality does follow through in the rear. Still plenty of soft touch materials on the armrest, mid door panel, and upper door panel. And you also do have the second row smart sliding seats, which do slide forward and aft for greater comfort. And these second row seats also do fold down as well. And sitting back here in the Enclave, you'll actually find additional space for the rear seat occupants compared to the last generation Enclave. Lots of legroom back here, as well as tons of headroom. And you also do have the Skyscape sunroof back here, which certainly gives it a more open, airy feeling. And also features dual map pockets, as well as rear climate controls, heated rear seats, and dual USB charging ports, as well as a 120-volt power outlet. And access into the third row is pretty good, since we do have bucket seats here. And there's a decent amount of space for legroom back here. Wouldn't say it's the roomiest, but it's decent. And you'll find a USB charging port, as well as dual cup holders on each side, as well as LED map lighting back here as well. All right. Do have a power tailgate. Now, compared to the last generation Enclave, you'll actually find there to be less cargo space. However, it still measures at a generous 96 7.6 cubic feet. And you do have power folding third row seats back here, which is new for 2018. And then also lifting this up will reveal a storage compartment. So with its upgraded powertrain, its significant enhancements to technology and styling, as well as its increased passenger space, the 2018 Buick Enclave still remains a pretty good choice for a